Hello and welcome to our Prenatal Yoga Sneak Peek class. First up, congratulations. Secondly, my name is Danielle. I am the owner of Radiant Soul and your teacher for the prenatal course that we hold at Radiant Soul online. Under normal circumstances, we have 1 to 2 classes of prenatal classes each week at the studio, but whilst we're doing everything online, we wanted to bring the prenatal goodness to you at home, safe and sound. Now, this course is designed for you to practice at home by yourself in your own time and safely as well. We've set it up so there's lots of tutorials so you can get an understanding of how your body moves and adopts changes at this time, so you can continue to practice our normal classes but also our prenatal classes during this time. The most important thing to remember with being pregnant and practicing any form of exercise, but especially yoga, is that you are still strong. So it's not to treat your body as if you're very, very weak and can't do anything. You actually can do everything. It's just about learning how to modify and move appropriately for your developing body. So for our sneak peek class today, it'll be a little shorter than our normal classes within the course, but it will give you a really good understanding or an idea of what we'll do in these classes. Now we're going to start in a seat. So please make sure you've got your yoga mat out, or at least a lot of room around you if you don't have something like that. It's always nice to have a blanket and a cushion or two as well. And if you happen to have a yoga strap and 1 or 2 yoga blocks, they come in handy too. Now you can always use something else than a strap. If you've got a dressing gown cord or your yoga mat strap, that works as well, just anything long. And for the blocks, if you've got some books or Tupperware containers, they work too. Just something that your hands can use to support your weight and make the floor closer to you at times as well. So to come into a comfortable seat to start off with, you can consider sitting as I am here on the ground as is, or you can prop yourself up with cushions, maybe even against the wall if that's what you need. I'm in cross-legged. You can be sitting however you need, if that's legs out in front of you or even on your knees or in a chair, that works too. Just allow yourself to be comfortable here as we're going to start with a seated meditation. So just take a moment to come into however you need to be right now. We'll take a few grounding breaths to start off with. Letting the hands just rest in the lap to begin. The shoulders roll down the back as you breathe in deeply. And release. If you haven't closed down your eyes already, you can do so here, if that feels comfortable for you. And just notice how the breath is moving in and around the body right now. How it feels within the muscles, the joints, the bones. Notice how you feel. And then notice how your womb feels. Without touching the womb, can you notice how it is positioned? And going in a little deeper, starting to feel your little one beneath your skin. Breathing the same breath that you take. An extension of yourself growing inside. And just let the body be soft here, the brow be soft, jaw, shoulders, belly, hips. And you can start to take your hands to your belly. Just letting the arms rest comfortably, so it might be a little bit lower. Just notice how you feel, how your hands are positioned, and what you can feel beneath your palms. Noticing your little one beneath your hands. Attuning yourself to their heartbeat, their breath. And as you breathe here, connecting with your little one, I'll recite some affirmations. Listen closely to these affirmations and repeat them after me to yourself, letting them sink in throughout your body, your breath. Little reminders to yourself for this time. I will trust my body. I will listen to her needs. I will nourish my baby. I will surrender to this experience. I will trust my body. I will listen to her needs. I will nourish my baby. And I will surrender to this experience. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. And starting to warm the hands over the whole belly here. Gentle massage around the side of the belly, into the low back, maybe around the glutes and around the legs. Starting to just massage through the muscles, through the joints. Getting a sense of your body, the space you occupy, and sending that nurturing love in and throughout. Surrendering to this experience and embracing those daily changes that occur. And we'll start to take the movements into the upper body. You can keep your eyes closed here, or you can keep them, or you can blink them open if you feel comfortable doing so. There's gentle twists side to side, just easing into the spine, the shoulders. Very gentle, just feeling the spine manipulate ever so gently. And feel that little movement come all the way up into the head, gentle sways, nothing too dramatic, but just get a sense of space. And then we'll come to rest, hands in the lap or on the knees, shoulders rolling back. We'll take a deep breath in, long breath out. You can blink open the eyes if you haven't already and sweep your hands up to the sky. Palms can meet at the top, lift up, maybe taking the gaze up here. And exhale, we bring the hands back down to heart center, pausing. Let's take the hands up again. Inhale all the way up. This time we'll take our left hand down, right hand up and over. Nice side body stretch for that right side body. Now can you sink into that right hip bone and then lengthen through the underarm, the rib cage, and really reach that hand up and over. This bottom hand, press into the ground and lift up through. You might like to then pull the hand forward, feel the stretch across the back of the body. And then lift up tall, present your chest to the sky. One more like that, pull down and up. Let's take it to the sky. Inhale, lift up. Other side, we come down, we press that right hand down, lift that left hand up and over. A little pressure into that bottom hand, sink the left sit bone down. And then you can pull forward, push the chest back as the hands reach forward. And then lift up tall. Another like that, pull forward. And lift up. And we'll come to two hands in the sky again, lifting up tall. Hands coming down to heart center, breathing out. And just placing your hands on your belly, reconnecting with your little one here. Inhale. Exhale. We'll take our left hand to our right knee and just a gentle twist around, roll the shoulders back and gently ease your way around. Now, as we become more pregnant, as we develop through the trimesters, there will be less mobility through the belly. So think about your twists happening through the chest, and that's where you can create that expansion through and enjoy the twist. We'll come back through to center and then around to the other side, right hand, left knee, fingertips behind. Really twist that chest around. Gaze might follow around to the back. Breathing in. And breathing out. Unravel, come back to center. We just pause and let the body realign itself here. We'll then take two hands back to the sky. Inhale. Clasp the hands, draw them behind the head, lift up. So press the shoulder blades into the chest, lift the gaze, and on the exhale, we'll pull the chin down to the chest, elbows towards each other. Lifting up, inhale. Exhale, pull down. One more like that. Inhale, lift up, almost like you're pulling your arms up, head up, and exhale, pull down. Feel this nice stretch across the back of the body. Back to center. Release the hands back down to your lap. Take a big breath in here. Long breath out. And from here, take the hands around the outsides of the legs. Bring them out in front. Give them a little bit of a shake, a little point and flex here. We'll come into Janasarasana. So our right leg will stay in front of us. Our left leg will bend. Now, if you're having any pelvic instability, this might be very uncomfortable on your hips here. So I would recommend keeping the knees in line with each other and just tucking this left foot up to your side if that's something you're experiencing. And if you do the course, we've got heaps of tutorials that will help you through things like this. So Janasarasana, we've got the right leg forward, the knee bent either tucked up or out to the side. We'll take the center of the chest around to face the big toe of your right foot, hands to the sky. And then just sink forward here. So stretching across the right hamstring here. Now, depending on how large your belly is, you might not be able to fold forward too far, and that's okay. You can just take it more onto the inside edge of that leg so you've got a little bit more depth. And this is something that you can bring the blocks in front of you as well, just to sink down. And point this big toe towards the knee so you can have a little bit of strength through that leg. We take one more breath here. Stay for exhale. Now from here, we'll all take our right elbow, place that on the inside edge of your right knee. You might like to place a block underneath that elbow, that forearm, so you've got a little bit of leverage, or bringing the floor closer there. From here, left hand, left knee, twist yourself around. So there's a little bit of a gap here. And then we'll take our left hand up to the sky and reach it over towards our right tippy toes. You might be really close, you might be very far away, but we want to have that side body stretch here. Sink into the hips. We have another breath in Breath out. From here, lifting up, left hand behind you, press into that hand. We lift the hips. We come into stargazer. So we lift the hips, we reach the right hand behind and we press our foot into the mat. Big breath in here. Big breath out. We can think about legs. So left leg out long, right knee bends. And again, if you need to tap that behind you, you can do that like this. To start off with, we have the left leg long. And just give yourself that little bit of a twist, get that center of the chest in line with the big toe. But again, if you need to take it on the inside edge, that's fine as well, depending on your belly. And then we'll just fold forward. So think about long spine rather than dumping down too far. We want to create that length, especially in the upper body here, where everything just seems to get a little bit heavy and constricted. So we find length, and then maybe we can tilt the finger, creep the fingers forward, shoulders roll back, and maybe there's a little bit more depth to feel into that hamstring here. One more breath. Stay for that exhale. And then we'll take the block, or maybe no block. Left elbow on the inside edge of that left knee, and then pivot around. Find the chest opening up to the right side of the room, and then right hand to the sky and over towards those tippy toes. We really press into that elbow and forearm combination down there, and then we lift up through. We take another big breath in and out. Let's lift up, take it into that stargazer shape again. We press into that back hand, lift the hips, lift that left hand up and over, press your big toe into the mat. One more breath. Stay for exhale. Sink back down. Pause here, maybe take a seat. Just feel those sensations wash back out, and then we'll cross over into that tabletop position, hands and knees. So in our tabletop position, we want to make sure that our hands are stacked underneath our shoulders and our knees are hips width apart. Now, as the body starts to develop and the belly might get a little bit bigger, we might want to have the knees a little further apart. So just listen to your body here, and that's the most important thing. Take a little sway side to side, and then we'll start to move through some cat-cow. So coming to a neutral spine, we don't want to dip into the belly too far here. More about the thoracic spine, the upper body. So on the inhale, roll the shoulders back and lift the gaze. And on the exhale, tuck the tail under the body and pull the head between your arms. Just a couple like this, moving up and down the spine. Never dumping down into the belly here, because we want to protect the low back. So if when you open up through the belly, through the front of the body here, and it feels a little bit heavy on your low back, please just lessen the stretch. Don't go as far. And then we'll come back to neutral, ground into all hands and knees. And then we're going to keep our right hand down, left hand forward, right foot back, balancing here. Now think about that belly, tuck it under, squeeze the back glute, the back thigh, flex through your right foot. And then we'll go knee to elbow under the body, exhale and expand. Two more like that. Exhale, squeeze and expand. And if they don't quite touch, that's okay. There's the action there. Extend. From here, hands, knees back down, pause. You might like shift back into child's pose or into hero. Just take a breather, maybe giving the hands a little bit of a rolly. Never hurts. And then we'll come back to that other side here. So hands and knees again. Find the grounding first, and then we expand and extend the right hand, palm faces in, left foot back, squeeze the back glute, squeeze the back leg, pull the belly in. Inhale, knee to elbow, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more like that, inhale, and exhale, squeezies, back nice and long, hands and knees back down, child's pose or hero pose. And when you come into child's pose, you can always take in belly. Let's come back up. We'll come into a quick downward dog. So hands and knees, and then tuck the tippy toes. We slowly lift the hips up. Now, when pregnant, this isn't always the most fun shape for you, but it's still a great shape because it just will tilt the belly in and around. So it's a great way to loosen any tension in the hips here as well. And then we'll come to stillness. Take one breath in here, one breath out. Let's come high onto the tippy toes and walk forward. So as you walk forward, you can take your feet wide. You might even like to take a block underneath your hands, especially if you're feeling a little bit of extra high blood pressure in the body. And it always just brings the head just above the heart. We'll take a gentle forward fold, lengthen through the spine, and then a halfway lift, hands to the floor or to the block. Exhale, fold back down. Hands to the sky. Now you can take your hands to your thighs and then lift yourself up, nice and easy, prenatal way. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take a breath here and stay for that exhale. Let the hands part by your sides or maybe onto your belly. And one thing to know during your prenatal practice or yoga practice in general is, especially if you've been practicing before, is that things might seem very easy when doing a prenatal class. So it's important just to remember that if things feel easy right now throughout this class or any of our prenatal classes, as you develop through the trimesters, it's good to know these things just so you can naturally adjust to your developing body. Take another breath in, pull the pelvic floor up. Exhale it out. From here, roll the shoulders back, palms facing forward, reach the hands to the sky. And then hands to heart center. We're going to step our right foot back into warrior two. So find the balance first, step nice and long. Warrior two, we have our heels in line with each other and that bend into the front knee. Now, as your belly gets a little bit wider and takes up more space, you might like to creep that left foot, that front foot over a little bit so the heels aren't so much in line with each other. And that's just accounting for changes in the body. All we want to do though is make sure that front knee is tracking over that front foot and we're pressing firmly into that back foot. And then sweep the hands up and open them up into that warrior two shape here, shoulders rolling back, breathing in and breathing out. You can always take one hand or two hands to your belly, and that always gives you that opportunity to tuck the tail in here as well and check back in with how you're feeling. From here, we'll take it to reverse. So we lift and lengthen. We flip the front palm, we sweep it up and back, nice and long. Keep grounding through the 2 feet here. Maybe bringing one hand to the belly. Maybe bringing the other hand to the belly. Still feeling that length through the side body here. One more breath. Stay for exhale. We'll come back to warrior two, expand the arms, and then we straighten everything, hands to the sky, lengthen. Exhale back to warrior two. Another one like that, lift and lengthen. Warrior two. This time we'll lift and lengthen, pause, point the toes to the right, lift up, nice and tall, tuck the tail, belly in, and then hands to heart center, breathe out. We'll then heel and toe the feet in a little bit, coming into goddess pose. So the toes point out, the knees track over your ankles, and then we just lunge down into goddess pose. Now think about your pelvic floor here. Squeeze those muscles, the front, back, and sides. Draw them in. We'll just have a very, very gentle bounce, feeling this strengthening happening in the thighs and this pull up of the pelvic floor. You can keep your hands on your belly or at heart center here, or even if you fancy, cactus the arms, squeeze the elbows. One more round here. Stay for exhale. Let's come to the sky. Inhale, warrior two, exhale. So rearrange the feet, land in that shape. Big breath in here. Long breath out. And we'll come to step forward at the front. So find the tippy toe, the balance, and step 1, 2, or 3 goes. It does not matter as long as you get up the front. We'll take a very gentle sway, dollar, dollar here. So just loosen anything here, loosen out any tensions, take some deep breaths, feel into your body, maybe even giving the hands a little bit of a rub down on the belly, the legs, even into the arms here. Just allowing yourself to feel into your body. And yoga isn't just about making shapes, it's also just about the experience of being. We'll take it to the other side. I'm going to come down this end so I'm not facing my back to you. So we're at Tadasana at the front of the mat, hands at heart center. We'll step our left foot back nice and long. Find the balance. Find that lunge into the right knee, the front knee, and rearrange the feet as needed. So there's that tuck of the pelvis, pull in of the belly, shoulders rolling back, and then that lunge into the front knee, knee tracking over the front ankle. Then hands can reach up and open up. We take a big breath in, long breath out. Another one just like that, big breath in, and long breath out. Maybe taking one or two hands to the belly, just always allowing yourself to connect back as you need. We'll take another breath in and out. Let's take this to reverse. Flip the front palm, lift up and back. Find that side body stretch first, then maybe taking one hand to your belly. You can take the other hand to your belly as well. Just don't lose that side body stretch. One more breath here, keep lunging. And then we'll take it back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten everything. Hands to the sky. Back to warrior two. Twice more like that. Inhale, straighten. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten. This time, toes point to the left. Palms together, lift up tall. Pull the belly in. And this time, we're going to fold forward. So just hinge at the hips, nice and slowly. Keep strong through the legs. Take the hands to the floor or maybe to your blocks here. And that will just keep the floor, bring the floor a little bit closer towards you. And then when you're in your forward fold here, whether you're kind of halfway lifting or allowing yourself to fall and fold all the way down, whatever's right for your body, can you take a deep breath in? And then a long breath out. We'll take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine wherever you are, and fold back down. This time we'll take halfway lift, pause here. The right hand's going to come directly underneath the head and ground down. Now this is where a block's really heavy as well because the floor is a little bit closer. Then we're going to rotate our left hand up to the sky. Now, I'm not mirror imaging you, so whichever arm or leg arms you're using, it's okay. We will do the other side as well. I've got my right hand down, left hand up. Stick the butt towards the back of the room behind you, lift up. Now you might like to take that bottom hand, that top hand to your belly, rotate around just to feel. We'll come back down. Pause, find a little bit of length and pause here, maybe a shimmy. We'll do that on the other side. So left hand underneath the head. We want to make sure that that head's under the hands underneath the head. So we've got space for the torso to then twist around and feel the shoulders stack on top of each other here. Push the back into the back bum. Push your hips back into the back of the room. There we go. And we lift up tall. Find another breath here. And exhale. Maybe taking that hand to belly, keep rotating around. And then we'll come back to center. Fold forward, let that release out. Shimmy the tail. Halfway lift. Fold back down. From here, let's bring the heels and toes in a little bit. Toes point out, knees bend. Lift yourself up, hands on your legs to help if you need, and then hands up nice and tall. Back to warrior two into that right knee. So rearrange the legs. Pause here, breath in, breath out. And we'll come to Tadasana back at the front of the mat. So find the balance, the tippy toe. Step forward, 1, 2, 3 steps, as many as you need. Pause at Tadasana, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, And breathing out. Let's take a little sway, a little shake that out. And we'll eventually come to sit back onto the ground. So a really important way of getting up and down when pregnant is to just take your time. You might be okay at the beginning of your pregnancy with getting up and down. There might be no difference, but as time goes by, there may be some changes that you just want to make sure that you're supporting. So a great way to come down is to step 1 foot forward, tippy toe of the back foot, come down onto the knee, as is. You can use a blocks, wall, whatever you need around you as well. Just always be careful, but do remember that you are still super strong, but you just want to work within the new framework that you're working with. We'll take the legs out in front, give them a little bit of a shake, and we'll come into a gentle forward fold. So again, feet can be towards each other if you've got a smaller belly, but if your belly's starting to get a little bit larger, you might want to have a bit of space between your legs. Scoop your butt muscles out from underneath your sit bones so you're nice and prompt. This is where a block could come in handy as well if you needed to sit on that. So you've got a little bit of extra tilt forward opportunity. And from here, roll the shoulders back, and again, just creep the fingertips forward. You want to feel this nice long hamstring stretch into the legs here. Now you can take your hands to your shins, maybe turn it into a halfway lift shape, point your toes, shoulders back, and then you can fold forward. Now, if you have a strap, it might be nice to either place it around one leg at a time and just draw yourself more forward to enhance that stretch a little bit here. And if your legs are closer towards each other, by all means, you can do 2 feet at the same time. Just work with how your body is. The strap and the props support us during our practice. I'm a big fan of using props in any type of class. I just make it more opportunistic for my practice. Never be afraid of a prop, that's what I say. And then we'll take one more breath in here. Stay for that exhale. And then start to lift up nice and slowly. Strap, props to the side. Let the softness through the legs just wash through. Give them a little shaky. And we'll come to bring the feet into the mat. Hands behind you, into reverse tabletop here. So much like we were at the beginning of class, we're just having the opposite way here. We're just press into the hands and then lift the hips off the ground, squeeze the tush, and almost try and get your knees, shoulders, and hips all in line with each other here. So that's a lot of squeezing the tushy, lifting up. If it's too much on the low back, just come down. Just one more breath, give them a good squeeze, press into the feet and hands, and then we'll slowly lower down. And come into cross-legged or legs out in front, give the wrists, the hands a little bit of a shake here. Wash anything out throughout the body as well. We'll come in to close our class together with another seated meditation. Now, in normal classes, we usually have a Shavasana, and they're oh so lovely in our prenatal classes. I show you all the which ways that you can get into the most comfortable positions for your Shavasana. More to come in our course. But for today, we're just going to close with the meditation that we did at the start of the practice. So just make sure that you're comfortable. Prop yourself up. My knee always needs a little bit of support here. Rest your hands in your lap. And just close down the eyes when you're ready. Just roll the shoulders back, deep breath in. Long breath out. You can take hands to your belly. And feel into your breath. Softening into the joints. Just noticing how you feel versus before. And just connecting with your little one here. They may be more vibrant, moving around a little bit more after your exercise. You might feel that little bit more closer towards them. And let's repeat these affirmations. Let them sink into the body and allow them to become true. I will trust my body. I will listen to her needs. I will nourish my baby. I will surrender to this beautiful experience. Deeply breathing in and deeply breathing out. Sweeping the hands out to the side and all the way to the sky, lifting up, looking up. Palms come together, draw them down to your heart space. Take all the power, energy, life force, and gratitude, holding that near and dear. Letting hands fall to your belly. Bowing to this space. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on this little prenatal yoga sneak peek. I hope it's given you a nice little taste of what to expect with our 6 weeks together in the course. If you have any questions, by all means, please reach out. Otherwise, I look forward to experiencing this journey with you together. Thank you.